This is the Hartford Online Radio Network. 21st Century Audio. Delivered on thehorn.com.
This is On the Horn, the Hartford Online Radio Network. I am Brian Parker, and over there is the man, the myth, the legend.
The legend, I like that.
He's Chris Didden. This right here, my good man, is called Cold Sober Night. I thought that would be an appropriate
I don't think that's happening tonight.
piece of bed music for you tonight. We are talking about the Blue Laws tonight, and their imminent fall from grace, I suppose you could say. And we thought it'd be a good idea to drink some tequila while we did that.
Well,
So,
Tantalizing Tuesday tequila.
Tantalizing Tuesday tequila.
Absolutely.
You know,
we've got to try that, you know. It is Tuesday tasting night, you know.
So, hey, listen, there is no one who would like tantalizing Tequila Tuesday?
Tequila Tuesday.
Tequila Tuesday. Then the doctors Camp, Sambor, and Lupini over there at centralctdental.com. Routine checkups, go nowhere else. Easy to get to on the Plainville-Farmington line. Give them a call at 747-5761, or even better, make an appointment online. I think that is so brilliant of them. You can just make an appointment on their website, which is centralctdental.com. Okay. You have brought in a guest.
I've brought in a guest because it is Tuesday. For
the crazy night here. And please introduce your guest and tell us why he's here. Well, and what car he's driving so the police can pull him over.
Yeah, well,
thank you.
Well, first, you know, we're known as wine, food, and fun, but tonight we're tequila, food, and fun. So that's what it's all about.
And why wouldn't we be?
Of course. And tonight we're going to discuss the Blue Laws, like you said. We're going to go over some news events, and then we're going to taste our palate, or check our palates out for some great tequilas. All right, I'm going to start around the room. Around the horn? Should we say it around the horn?
Oh, my
gosh. That was pretty bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, it works.
Hey, it works for me. I liked it.
All right, we've got Brian Parker over there trying to produce our show tonight. We've got Brian Lee over here from Black Eyed Sally's, bartender extraordinaire.
Brian will be producing the tequila.
Brian is, I don't know if the cameras will show over there, but he's got the clear cups there.
Yeah, they see him.
Nothing on the table yet, but we've got the clear cups that we're going to be talking about in a couple minutes. We've got Craig Wietzke from Southside Package Store on Water Street in South Glastonbury. Welcome, Craig.
Southside, represent.
South side of South Glastonbury, not Chicago.
I thought he was going to break into Southside Johnny and the Juice.
Nice.
You know, but I guess not. And then, of course, we have Jennifer over here. Jennifer, you're
chief political consultant, who's going to tell us all about the Blue Laws and why they're good and why they're bad.
Yeah, and we're going to argue with you, okay?
I didn't even know we were talking about it till tonight. So.
There we go.
That's why she's the
surprise.
Chief.
And then hidden behind the cameras that nobody can see is Dave over here, because he's sitting here just for tantalizing.
He's just here for the tequila.
So why don't we start with Craig? First of all, Craig's got a great little store over in South Glastonbury. He's been there for quite a while now. I think you took over the store from your father.
Yes, sir.
Sir, oh my God.
Sorry, dude.
Please.
Dude.
Sir, I don't even think I call my father sir anymore.
It'll never happen again.
Thank you. But he's got a great store, an awesome selection of wines down there.
Thank you.
A great selection of liquors and so forth and so on. Nice walk-in cooler. Posters of girls in the bathroom. All that stuff, right?
That's secret.
No, that's the secret area. Okay. Nothing sacred around here, and that's the important part.
An original Pam Anderson Bud Ice Dry poster.
I mean, come on.
No
comments?
Yeah, Bud Ice Dry.
Bud Ice Dry. Pam Anderson. When
Not
she was
even
cute.
the alcoholic in the room would choose to drink that.
Well, we have tequila. We'll see what happens afterwards.
Right. We'll have that. But one of the big things that we've been talking about, or we've been hearing about with the package stores, and as we all know, I'm a distributor of wines, Two Fly Wines, out of East Hartford at the moment, and so. In the past, month and a half, 2 months, 3 months, we've been hearing about the Blue Laws, the Sunday sales, the prices on booze, whether groceries stores can have it, whether gas stations can have it, all sorts of things. And people are saying that Massachusetts prices are so much lower than ours, and you can go to Sunday and get beer in New York at anywhere till about 4 in the morning or 2 in the morning or something to that effect. So let's kind of talk about the blue laws and see where we're headed here. Who wants to start?
I think I have questions more than answers in a way. I mean,
love questions.
what's interesting to me is that it seemed as if you had the distributors having one set of opinions about these laws, and then the small package stores, and then the supermarkets. And one thing is, it seemed like there were a number of different things in this bill. It wasn't just Sunday sales. There were medallions and all these other things that...
What do you mean by medallions?
I don't know. I mean, this is,
Craig,
someone...
These are the questions, right?
Here's the question.
Exactly.
Let's throw that
Where
out.
should I start?
Well, what's a medallion? I mean, what are we talking about when we... Do you know anything about that?
Yes.
It's an illegal security, if you really want to know. Go ahead. There's a whole other lawsuit just waiting to happen with the governor, but go ahead.
One of the proposed amendments to the blue laws that Governor Malloy wanted to do was this medallion program, and basically anyone who has a liquor permit would be issued a medallion, and then right.
So you have to have an existing liquor permit.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
And basically, right now there are town ordinances that dictate how many liquor store licenses can be in your town. It's all per capita.
Now, do restaurants fall in that? I mean, Brian, do restaurants fall in that, or?
I honestly don't know, because a lot of this stuff has to do with Sunday sales, and we're not open on Sundays.
Okay.
There was a time that we could start selling when I was working at another place in West Hartford. We could start selling liquor other than that. It was kind of up to us.
So when you say liquor stores, there's so many permits per town per 1,000 or for 1,000 people or something to that effect. But restaurants don't apply to that, do they? Or
I don't believe so. No.
I don't think so either.
No.
So it's just package stores.
Right.
Okay.
So right now you can only have so many stores or so many permits per capita.
Okay.
And what this medallion program would do would be allow someone to come in, and if you wanted to sell your store, you could buy their medallion, and in essence move that store anywhere in the state. So you could have somebody come in to.
But can I
Please.
sorry to interrupt here, but so Glastonbury's got I think 13 licenses. Or 11 or 13 licenses, something like that.
Correct.
So if I wanted to come in and say, Craig, I'm going to pay you $1 gazillion for your medallion, and take that license and move to New Canaan, where I think there's lots of money and
yes.
people will buy more wine.
If that medallion program went through, you could do that.
Wow.
So you could go into downtown Bridgeport, buy a liquor medallion for cheap, and move it to New Canaan, Avon, Greenwich.
And the towns couldn't do anything about this?
That's correct.
So you could have 30 liquor stores in a town?
And then none in another.
So that is part of this bill?
Thankfully, it's not.
Okay.
That was one of the proposed things that Governor Malloy wanted to push through, but in the arguing with the lobbyists and stuff, that was one of the things that didn't go through.
Yeah, I guess this is my... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Just sort of like as average consumer, Sunday sales sound great. I mean, why not have Sunday sales? And I guess I was sort of surprised as a consumer, like, why wouldn't everybody, even a small store, I mean...
Well, let's ask
yeah,
Craig.
exactly.
I mean, you're the small store owner. Let's.
And are you happy with what came out so far?
Honestly, no.
Right.
No. And that's not. It's not because I don't want to work or do my job. I chose this.
Really?
I chose this line of work. I like having a day off where the store's not open. I don't have to worry about it.
And you have a family, right?
Yes, and I like spending time with my wife and kids, and having that Sunday off allows me to do that. On the flip side of that, like yourself, I'm a consumer, obviously, and I don't understand why we weren't open on Sunday, because I remember when the original blue laws that involved all Sunday sales. I remember when that changed. I remember my dad, going out Saturday night to fill the car up with gas because there was nothing open on Sunday.
Right.
Yeah, you still can't buy a car on Sunday, right?
Really?
I don't think so.
No,
you
you can't buy a car on Sunday.
Right.
You can only be on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. So anyway, I didn't understand why we weren't open. I mean, I like the fact that we weren't.
Right.
The reasoning behind them wanting to change these laws is they feel it's going to generate more tax revenue, basically.
Right.
Do you think it really will?
No, and I'll use milk as an example.
Okay.
A person only drinks so much milk in 7 days. I don't drink more milk because I can buy it 24/7. I'm gonna drink as much milk as I want, and that's it. And I think, for the most part, alcohol is the same way. If you drink a 6-pack of beer a week, you're suddenly not going to drink 2 6-packs because you can now buy it on Sunday.
That's
But
true.
Well, maybe
that's
the
like
initial thing,
But
though.
on the flip side, there, would you then say, well, I'm not going to eat any more chicken nuggets in a week than
You actually eat those?
no? But I'm using this as
This
an
is a for
example.
Okay, for an example. Okay.
So why
A
don't we
very
say
bad one.
I just wanna make sure.
all fast food restaurants need to close on Sunday. And because we want to get people off of fast food, and it's not the healthiest thing in the world. So we're going to make a new blue law that says
Or more to
no,
the point,
no
to
fast
help
food.
mom and pop delis or something
To
like
help
that.
mom and pop delis from the big fast food chains.
All right.
What do you think about that? Would that be a fair blue law with that argument?
If we took chicken nuggets away from people?
Yeah,
No,
I think
if we
that's
closed
I think that's
McDonald's,
definitely-
if we closed fast food.
Well, you're assuming people would eat less nuggets if they were closed on Sunday.
Well, you're assuming that people would drink less milk if they were closed on Sunday.
Well,
No.
No.
What I'm saying is that they're not going to drink more alcohol because they can get it 7 days a week.
And let's bring it back to a second, here for a second. What the people who, and I'm going to go quote unquote here, the people who are looking to get booze on Sundays. What are they? They're going to a sporting event usually, or
It's your football season.
there's
That's probably
this
the big
football
one.
Right.
season.
Exactly.
And maybe you forgot a bottle of wine, or you ran out of tequila, or something to that effect at 10 o'clock at night, but you still can't buy it at 10 o'clock. It's got to be before 5, right? On Sundays, that's what's the proposed law, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So, if you're getting up and you're going to watch a football game, and on the East Coast, the football games start at 1 o'clock.
1 and 4.
1 and 4. So you make it through the first game, and you run out of beer, and so you're going, okay, I'll run down and get beer.
Right.
So, but from what I understand, and again, don't quote me on this, but from what I've heard, package stores make less on beer than almost on any other alcohol being sold.
Correct.
So, who's this really helping?
Right.
What is this really helping? I mean, is it helping the stores all around the edge of Connecticut?
It's certainly
That's
helping
what the
them
argument
to compete, but also it's helping the big stores that have multiple employees and want to be able to sell at least beer and wine. And liquor is probably not the biggest thing that they want sold. They Stop and Shop wants to be able to sell beer in their beer aisle
On
on
Sunday.
Sunday.
Right.
But they still can't sell wine in this new law, right? Or no?
Correct. No.
So it's just beer no matter what. Again, it boils down to the beer guys.
Yeah, it is sort of.
Yeah.
So if I'm a distributor for beer, I'm going Yahoo here, except for I'm probably going to have to deliver on Saturdays and Sundays now, which the
Most
unions
likely.
are going to probably force some issues.
They probably
Well,
won't.
some of them, HDI, I know they for a fact deliver on Saturdays.
Oh, they
definitely
so
deliver on
HDI,
Saturdays.
they're
'cause
already doing that.
They already do, because I get stuff from them if we need emergency stuff. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Rogo, I can't
to a
remember.
small extent, yes.
Yeah.
It's just like a skeleton crew that'll do Saturday deliveries.
Okay. And they're the beer guys usually, right? Or are they
Yeah.
booze guys too?
No, they don't.
For us, it's just beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So really, who's this helping? I don't get it.
It's helping the big guys. I don't. What do you mean? Why don't you see that it's helping the
Well,
big?
I can see it's helping the big distributors. I can see it might be helping. I know. Do they sell Sunday?
Stop and Shop, Liquor Depot, any of the big depot stores.
Yeah, but do they sell beer in Massachusetts on Sunday?
They sell everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sell everything on
Oh, yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the
I think it's all of
outliers,
them.
yeah. So
Rhode
the
Island, yeah,
yeah.
they all do.
So the outliers are really the ones that are this is for. Now you're a small store,
Mhm.
and how many? I don't know how many employees you have, but are you going to have to hire somebody to open on Sunday if that's what you choose to do?
More than likely, yeah. Or unless I do it myself.
It is your choice to open, though, correct?
It is,
Okay.
but it is your choice now, Monday through Saturday to open.
Well,
I think by law you have to be open a certain amount of hours.
Right.
But I could choose to not be open on Tuesday.
Bless you. Yeah. I mean, because when you're applying for your liquor license, you have to put a set amount of hours that you're going to work for.
Correct.
I know I have to do that for my distributor's license.
So let me just get down. So are you in favor or not in favor of the repeal of this blue law for Sunday sales?
Not in favor.
You are not in favor of that.
It's I don't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
And the reason is because you like your day off.
I know that makes it sound really bad.
Well, no. You
At the end of the day,
don't you? I mean, come on. I mean, how many days of work do you week? How many?
One more time. How's that tequila
now? How many days a week do you work, Brian?
Well, I work 7 days a week. If you really want to know the answer.
Okay, constantly 52 weeks out of the year.
No, I take vacations.
Okay, but otherwise you're 7 days a week.
Yeah, I have work to do on Saturdays and work to do on Sundays.
For more than 2 hours or 3 hours.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Brian, how about you?
5 days a week.
5 days a week.
Yep.
Craig, you're up to what? Six now?
6 at the moment.
Jennifer?
I'm a single mom.
24/7.
So you're constantly working.
And I work in politics, so
Okay.
it's pretty much all the time.
That's
But I
24
try
hours.
very hard to carve as much out of my weekend, or if not a weekend, like some other day during the week.
Okay.
I try to make it.
And Dave, what about you?
6 to 7.
6 to 7. So we're all in this rat race now, and
5, 6, 7 days
we're
a
all
week.
trying to make
Right.
ends meet, and we're all working these hours.
Right.
So say Sunday laws are from what I understand, the governor's going to sign the bill.
Yes.
Um,
It's made it past the finance committee.
it made it past everything.
Okay.
He thinks he's going to get what, $8 million in revenue from this bill.
The last.
I don't know.
I don't know, but if it's $8 million, it's
Let's-
basically nothing.
Well, that's
really truly.
Based on what he initially proposed.
okay. So
what
that's
they
been
have
scaled
now-
way back
Right.
now.
They have pared it down, so I would imagine that the estimate for the income.
That's Dave
Has
Moore
got to be
off microphone.
carried
A lot less down. Yeah. So
Let's not also forget that one of the main reasons why Malloy likes this is because it's taking something that people can't do,
and giving
and
us-
now they can. This is not an economics situation.
Okay. So
This
you think
is-
it's a personal, hey, let me give something back because the unions are all mad at me, the teachers are mad at me, everybody's mad at me, so let's pick on the package stores.
I think.
Is that what we're talking about here?
They don't have to open. Is the
Here's the
reply.
deal. Well, I mean, let's talk about another thing. 2 years ago, these package stores were allowed to open until 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah,
So do all package stores stay open until 9 o'clock?
No.
I have no idea.
Did
No?
it hurt? Do you think it hurts any of the package stores not to stay open until 9 o'clock?
You'd have to ask. I'm sure there's some package store out there that are.
Actually, I was in a package store last night at about 8:30, and
Surprise! Surprise! Surprise!
my wife was in New Hampshire. I was out. Sorry, Carolyn. But so I walked into the package store, and I know the owner fairly well, and I asked him what he was doing open, and he said, Chris, at about 8:15 to 9 o'clock, we get all the young-looking kids coming in, looking to grab what they can before they go out at night. And he said, you've got to believe I card every single person that comes in that door.
This was on a Monday night.
This is on a Monday night. He said there's so few stores open in the central Glastonbury area that he said, I'm there and I'm carding and I'm asking ID for every single person.
Wow.
Now let's go back to the blue laws for a second here. Now there was other stuff in the bill that didn't come through, right?
It was a huge laundry list of what he was trying to push through. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
what didn't get through?
Did he just throw spaghetti against the wall and?
I think so. And sort of going on what David said, I think, honestly, if he had just come out, walked to the podium and said, ladies and gentlemen, as of July 1st, we're going to be open on Sunday. Thanks for coming. Everybody would have been happy. The stores on the border would have been happy. All the consumers would have been happy.
Distributors would have been happy.
Yeah, and that would have been the end of it.
Okay.
But he, for some reason, he threw everything at the wall. Food in grocery stores. Food in package stores.
Yeah.
Beer in convenience stores. The medallion
Even
system.
gas stations, I heard too.
Gas stations.
Right.
The medallion system.
Do that.
Food in package stores.
Yep.
He wanted bars to be open until 2, package stores until 10, Sundays from 8 to 10.
That's an interesting little thing that you glanced over there. The ability to sell like snacks or food of some kind in the package store, in the liquor store.
Right.
I know you hate the word package store. I don't know.
No, that's okay.
Fine wine and spirits.
BWRUN, beer run. But
Brian's a little odd tonight. He's wearing that Murphy hat. That's the problem. He's not wearing the horn hat.
Where's the cooler with the tequila?
I know, exactly.
Brian, it's time to break out the first bottle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tequila. But what do you think of that? I mean, I actually never really noticed it. I just assumed there were chips or something in the package store. But now that I don't really go in package stores, but I've snuck in just to see, and there's no chips or anything. There's no candy bar. I couldn't believe that.
Right.
Do you think?
Well, that's a grocery store lobby,
is
right?
that a thing that you should be able to do?
Think so.
Do you really want to do that? Do you want to be in the grocery business?
I don't, and I can. I think we've all been into.
I mean, you got to be kidding me! If you don't want to sell, you sell wine.
Yeah,
I sell wine.
Why wouldn't you want to sell cheese right next to it and chocolate?
Well, I agree,
and
that's the double-edged sword. I was going to say we've all been in stores in other states that have a gourmet cheese section and crackers and whatnot.
But do you really want to be now that you have to expand your store, put in coolers,
be responsible for something that's going to go exactly? Well, it's a tough call.
Now, is that the grocery lobby kind of holding the package stores out of that kind of business here in Connecticut? You think?
That would be my guess. I mean, that would. I mean, who else?
If I can interrupt you real
Yes,
quick, I
no,
apologize. That will be part of the bill that's going through now.
Oh, interesting.
Is food in package stores.
Oh, there will be food in package stores. You think? Definitely.
That's definitely.
Wow. So I can buy cheese if I want to go.
That's
into
a victory.
That's correct.
That's at least good. I mean, I'm probably just going to look at this from the consumer's point of view. But now let's talk about your tequila, because I actually can't believe it, but you actually have brought in Decreto?
Yes.
Is that how we say it? Let me get just your camera on so they can so they can see it. So
did everybody see that?
Yeah. Well, it's clear, so it's tough to read. But it says Decreto.
It says El Decreto.
El Decreto. The funny thing is that I know the guy that helped invest in this.
Really?
Mark Began. I play golf with him.
Well, because I got to tell you, somebody came by. It's in Massachusetts now. I'm not even sure it's in Connecticut yet.
It's at a couple like the country clubs and all that.
Well, somebody asked me to rep it out through my distributorship and rep this in Connecticut and Rhode Island and a little bit of Mass. And I said I'd have to sample it and try it first and so forth. So, before we even get into it, it's a reposado. Do you know what a reposado is, Craig? I don't.
Yes, dude.
Okay, thank you. It's better than sir. Thank God I'm not a sir.
A little Lebowski action.
Yeah, it bounced back pretty good, didn't it? So what are we drinking here, Craig?
A reposado.
All right, so tell me what that is.
Okay. Well, there's in essence there's basically three different tequilas. There's Blanco, which is a white tequila. Tequila is made from the blue agave plant. There's Blanco tequila, which is unaged. It's filtered once and then bottled.
Okay.
Then you've got a reposado.
Okay, which is
reposado. This is aged anywhere between 2 months and 12 months.
Okay,
but no more.
Kind of yellow in color.
And so
yes,
that's
it's
typical tequila,
oak-aged.
right? That you would have like the Jose Cuervo Gold kind of thing.
Gold is actually a different kind.
Isn't that kind of a blend or something?
Yes, it's a blend of Blanco and reposado.
Yeah, because I got to tell you, I'm not a Jose Cuervo fan.
No,
I don't think I have. And this one, I'm going to try it again for the first time in about 6 months. So let's talk about this, and then we'll go back into the blue laws for a couple minutes. But let's what are we smelling here? Smelling a little smoke.
Yeah.
Getting that smoky flavor there. Sweet? Is it sweet?
Aged in oak.
Aged in oak.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a sweet smell?
Hint.
Smoky sugar,
Smoky sugar?
if that's a smell.
I don't know. Is that like the same thing as wet saddle leather?
Woody?
That's when people describe wine, red wine. Wet saddle leather. When was the last time you walked up to a horse and smelled their saddle?
And that's
come on.
not a smell I would want in my wine, personally.
Yeah. I mean, do you walk into a barn and go, "Ooh, this Cabernet just smells like just that"?
I tell you
I
what.
want that. Bottle it.
Wilbur?
Is it the English leather aftershave? So let's give it a shot and see what we think, guys.
Margie, what do you think of that cowboy crotch? That's delicious.
Oh, it's so smooth.
Oh, I was going to say harsh.
Well, Jen's a professional drinker.
No, I haven't. I haven't had tequila in a long
we didn't know. We thought you were a political.
No, it's so funny because it's been so long since I've had tequila. I don't remember what it's even supposed to.
Oh, you're in for a treat tonight because we have to go through 4 tequilas.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, but you're in the political side of things. I used to be in the political side of things too, a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's
And
an Irish joke.
unfortunately, that's where I gained my girth, and I learned how to drink wine and other fine things in life. But so, what are we thinking?
Saddles.
Well, let's go around the room here. Dave, we'll start with you.
Okay.
Dave, not
I
a
had
microphone.
the
Let's start with
Yeah,
him.
Dave, without, but we can still hear Dave.
All right, go ahead.
The uvula told me
Say-
the uvula, that little thing that dangles in the back of your throat, is burning a little bit, which is interesting.
This is a family show. You
Because-
can't say that.
So Dave Morris
In
admitted that
uvula, I trust. But anyway,
it burns when I pee.
There's a slight burn to the back of the throat.
Yep.
But otherwise, it's smooth, and it does have a sweet taste to it, which is interesting because I don't expect that in a tequila.
See, to me, it sounds a little salty too. There's like this, or maybe it can be sweet and salty.
When you tasted it, did it come back through your nose? Did you get that hot,
A little bit.
Yes.
the heat coming back through your
Yes.
nose?
Yes.
Is that a tequila trait, or is it just, this
I think
tequila?
it's just an alcohol trait.
It's an alcohol trait.
Yeah.
Wow. I do
Yeah,
this
well-
with vodka, and I don't get that.
Because you're drinking good vodka.
Okay, so this isn't good tequila. Okay, is that what we're saying here? No.
It's
Jen. Well, you're next here.
No, I mean, again, it's been so long since I've had tequila. It's and I'm used to having. I remember, what was it? Sunrise. What was the
Sunrise
Tequila
tequila.
sunrises.
Oh, tequila
Oh.
sunrises.
I got sick off of more of those.
Those are the
Everyone did.
That used to be my favorite drink, but without the grenadine, I just wanted the orange juice and the tequila.
Yeah.
Oh,
What-
when I'm in the Caribbean, and
Wasn't that a Michelle Pfeiffer and Mel Gibson movie?
Yes.
Was it
That's
Mel
also
Gibson?
true.
Tequila-
That's
it was
also
Mel
Kurt
true.
Russell?
Kurt Russell was in
Kurt
it too.
Russell.
I
Kurt
think.
Russell
yeah.
and Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yeah.
Wasn't Mel Gibson in that one too?
Was he?
Yeah, there
Could
was
be.
another
So,
leading
yeah,
man.
weren't they? They
Yeah,
were
they're-
competing with each other.
One
or
was a
something.
cop, one was a
He was
bad
running
guy,
the
and
drinking problem.
Michelle was in the middle.
Let
Michelle
me
was
just
a
say, if you
sandwich.
guys out there in the chat room, there's a lot of you out there, which is very exciting. If you guys want to call in, we do have the Skype line open here. The number is 266-HORN, 266-4676, area code 860.
And
so
you had me.
feel free to call.
You did that without me reading it this time.
Yeah, well, because, yeah.
Because
Yes.
Which is a good thing. Craig, what do you think of this tequila?
Not bad. It's got that a sweetness to it on the front palate, a little bit of almost a fruit profile.
Okay, fruit.
But it's got a little bit of a burn on the backside.
Do we have a spit bucket
So
around anywhere?
I shouldn't say that either. My God.
That's okay. Perfectly fine.
There's that cowboy saddle again.
The show's rated PG.
Not
Ryan,
anymore.
what are you thinking?
Same thing. Smooth when it goes in.
Yeah.
Hits the back of the mouth. It pops. There's definitely something there. It's I don't especially like it.
Okay.
But there's harsh.
Okay,
It's
harsh.
a little harsh. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
a little harsh.
And we'll ask Brian, how's your Coke over there?
It's delicious.
You're drinking
It's,
a Diet Coke. I'm drinking the albino Coke. Did you notice this? This is the new albino Coke.
Oh, really?
Yeah, why is it albino?
Yeah,
I don't know.
well, it's white.
Winter.
And the
For the
bears
polar
are
bear.
silver.
For the polar bear.
Bears
Okay.
are silver. Okay.
It's probably just left over. From
Brian, what would you pay for this tequila?
Oh.
Well, it's a beautiful bottle.
That's a
So I would say.
All right, so let's look at the bottle again, everybody.
Yes.
And,
you know.
and
Bottle.
you've got to keep in mind when you're buying stuff, presentation is everything. My wife will tell you that. If it's
Okay.
a beautiful package,
She bought you, right?
she's without question. Without
Okay.
question. And look at the deals he got.
He was on sale.
He was on the sale rack at Marshall's.
Oh,
Blue light special, aisle
24?
4.
$24?
Yeah, 24.
This
Craig,
one
what-
looks old and
what are you
used.
thinking?
How much for him?
Brian, we're not talking about you.
Oh.
Craig, what would you?
What would I pay, or what do I think it's going to retail for?
Well, what would you pay, and what do you think it retails for?
Yeah, I would agree with. I'd agree with Brian. Probably in the $25 range, but I'm thinking it's probably going to retail around 35.
Okay, Jen.
I'm going to say 30 just to split the difference.
Wow. You know, when this was presented to me, it was going to be on the shelf at 65.
Holy
Wow.
Moses!
Whoa.
And I got to tell you, for me, This is a thumbs down at $65 a bottle.
Yeah.
What are you guys saying?
No.
Thumbs down?
Yeah.
Everybody put their thumbs down. Thumbs down.
Now,
No.
just as a quick history,
Yeah.
But you
The
should try it
thumbs
just for
down.
yourself.
actually was to save the guy. Do you know why? They were saying, ground your weapon.
I thought, no,
This
in
is-
Gladiator. Haven't you seen Gladiator? They're all doing thumbs up.
You see, folks, this is my fault. I thought if I took Dave off mic and off camera, we could, avoid these
okay.
sort of norm.
That's very cool.
No, but this is
These
the fun
Cliff
part about
Clavin
life
moments.
here.
I'm saying
But no one saw the Cliff Clavin moment.
throw for this one.
Okay, so we'd across the throat this one, unless it was, say, $20, $25 on the shelf.
I'm saying
Yeah.
15.
So this is definitely a downer for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I apologize to the people who make this, but
No,
it's
you apologize again.
Hope they're
but-
not watching.
but it's definitely a downer for us.
Beautiful packaging, though.
Good
Beautiful packaging.
Okay, so while Brian's getting our next selection ready, because this is only an hour show, so we're kind of, semi-moving.
Now,
and
this
so-
is a pretty cool bottle. I don't know
we're
if
not
you guys
talking about the
can,
tequila yet. We're talking about the Blue Laws.
Okay. So the blue laws, other blue laws,
Hide my
this is
actual
fascinating.
water.
A man that strikes his wife shall pay a fine of 10 pounds.
What?
A woman that strikes her husband shall be punished as the court directs.
So the court can tell her to do anything.
When was this?
Yeah.
Probably 1700s.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, it was when we were still using pounds.
Yeah.
Right.
Now,
Which, boy, I wish we still were.
let's go back to
Oh,
something
my
here
God.
now for a quick second. Now, everybody's telling ads in the Hartford Courant everywhere, New Haven Register, all over the place were big full page ads that said, if you buy this bottle in New York, it's going to cost you this. If you buy this bottle in Massachusetts, it's going to cost you this. If you buy this bottle in Connecticut, it's going to cost you this. Can anybody explain that one, or why that is the case, or is it a fallacy?
No, it's not a fallacy.
Okay. Well, you live on the border, right, or close to the border, or
Close
near?
to the border. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
The booming metropolis of Broadbrook. Yes.
Woo!
Um,
Shout out to Broadbrook.
Shout out to Broadbrook. Raise the roof. There are each state has its own liquor laws. Or,
Okay.
well, not liquor. They have their own little 3-tiered channel that it comes from a supplier, goes to a wholesaler, goes to the retailer.
Right.
And each state has its own set of taxes that goes against alcoholic beverages that come into the state.
Yep.
Connecticut, unfortunately, happens to be some of the highest, and it's not just alcohol; it's gas and other consumables. But the suppliers pay the most in Connecticut than
Than
they do
anywhere else, yeah.
anywhere else,
Hmm.
and that raises the price when the wholesaler buys it, and then that raises the price when the retailer buys it, and then that raises the price when the consumer buys it.
Yeah.
So it's
Also, we don't have quantity discounts in Connecticut, right?
that's correct.
Now, because I know in Massachusetts, if somebody wanted to buy, a store wanted to buy a pallet of wine, let's say,
Yes.
and they could ship it out to all their other stores because they own, or buying conglomerates, that lowers the price dramatically too because they're buying in volume.
Correct.
But in Connecticut, there is no volume discount.
Yes.
We don't give away one case for 10. We don't do any of that stuff because that's all illegal.
Right.
And all the distributors hear that? That is illegal.
And that was proposed to change that. That was proposed by Malloy as well.
But did that go in the bill, or is it?
No, it did not.
So that escaped.
Yes.
That got out.
Yes.
That
so
got what's this thing?
thumb
They
across.
got killed.
Thumb
Thumb
across.
across. Okay.
Thumb across.
Thumb across. So that's out of here.
So if you buy one case of whatever, if it's $100, it's $100, and if you buy 100, it's still $100.
Okay.
So is it possible then that the prices will be higher on the Connecticut side, so that people would still on Sundays be shopping
That's
across
correct.
the border?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Well, the question is with gas now at what, $4 a gallon or $4.09 a gallon or something like
Yep.
that.
Maybe people
If
don't-
you're living in Windsor Locks or something, do you really want to drive all the way to Springfield?
Well, gas is cheaper in Mass also.
Right.
So it might be in
Fill
your
up the
best
tank.
interest.
Wait
Yeah.
till you
So-
see
so-
it
If you're
flow.
paying
Certain
10 cents a
people who are-
gallon less or 8 cents a gallon less,
Yeah.
is usually about what it is.
Okay.
You have certain
Might be worth it.
people in
So-
Simsbury
But let me.
who will drive to Southwick
Okay.
because it's a 25 to 30 cent differential.
Okay, but let me
If
ask you the
did
question.
math,
They're
however-
losing money.
Right. if you did the
You're
math,
losing
you're
money
going
on
to
this. I don't get it.
As much as you're saving like 30
Bizarre
cents a
human
gallon,
nature.
Okay,
you're still not.
yeah, you got a 20-gallon tank, so you're saving 10 or 15 cents on a gallon. So you're saving $2.
Yeah.
Right.
$2 in a tank of gas.
Which is a half a gallon.
Which you burned up to just get there and
Pretty
back.
much.
Wow.
But
And
no
then
one, no one,
factor in the time that you spend.
Right.
Unless you're out for a Sunday drive and you're going through, or you're going to Vermont or something like that. It makes
Right.
no sense.
If you're out there doing it, it's no big deal.
but no one does the math. I mean, if I've noticed that if prices go up 3 cents,
Yep.
there's this huge outcry. It's on the news.
Mhm.
Gas
Yeah.
prices are going
Yeah.
through the roof. You know,
Market
but
tanks.
if you do the math, I mean, really 3 cents a gallon when you fill up on 20 gallons,
It
it's
makes no
really
sense.
Yeah.
It really is not a big
too
deal.
much.
Yeah.
Not
All
that
right.
not that $4 a gallon is a
Can
good
you-
thing, but
Yeah, talking
need a
about
drink.
gas, tequila.
yes.
Is that part of the ethanol there? Is that an ethanol thing here? Okay, we need to remove the El Deca Who.
This
Uh,
smells better, I
Hui.
think.
All right, our next bottle that we're going to try here is Hotel California. It's actually a company owned by my friend Brian Whitney. He's actually bought the Hotel California and down in Mexico, and he owns the Hotel California.
Wow.
And so he decided that he wanted tequila, and he wanted to bottle it and name it the Hotel California. Cool looking bottle.
Very cool.
Everybody agree? Now
Absolutely.
this is,
Reminds me of I Dream of Jeannie.
yeah, it's got that little spire there. Yeah.
Barbara Eden, free
Bar-
with every case.
Wow. Now or then?
That's-
Then.
Just making sure. Now, this is 100% de agave. So 100% agave.
Yes.
So what does that mean now? Again,
agave.
sorry.
No, agave is the plant that you make tequila from. It's
Blue agave, I
blue-
think you said.
correct, blue agave, and the best tequila is made from 100% blue agave.
Okay.
Um,
Now, this isn't blue. This is clear.
well, no, that's the name of the plant.
Okay, that's the name of the plant.
Right.
So when they chop it up, it looks blue, or is it?
looks, sort of. The leaves are sort of bluish green. It looks
Okay.
like a big aloe plant, basically,
Yeah,
and they what was that?
It's a cactus type
Yeah.
aloe plant.
Yeah.
Same idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they
They chop it and
chop off the stems, and they're left with this
husk.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I've
that's
actually been to a tequila plant.
have you?
Yeah, very cool.
And
I went to the Patron plant
that's a nice trip.
when a hairdresser of mine owned the company, and along with a friend, and then
That's awesome.
down in California. But
Do you
all right.
remember the trip?
yeah, well, somewhat.
Pieces-
I'll
bits
take
and
the fifth
pieces.
on that trip too. My wife is probably listening to this.
Of course she is.
All right, so let's try this one and see what we think. Let's smell it first.
And this is a blanco.
I really
So
love
totally
the
different smell,
It
huh?
is.
No
It's
oak aging.
so much better, I think.
Yeah,
Wow.
There's no initial harshness.
Do you like that? I'm getting the air involved in
Yeah.
what I do with wine.
Reminds me of a bong, but yeah, I like it.
Wow. Okay, now my son's listening to this. Carrie, close your ears.
It's 420.
Oh, is that his bong that you brought in?
Oh, God.
Wow, that was smooth. This is very smooth.
Yeah, it is.
It's good.
This
Very
is good.
lovely on my
But
tongue.
there's not a huge flavor profile that I'm getting.
No.
So clean?
Clean, crisp.
Yeah.
I've had this before. I've had it
Okay.
in margaritas. Makes a great drink.
So you'd mix this instead of sipping this.
I do both.
Okay.
I do both.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been of the mindset once you mix a liquor with something else, especially like a margarita that's got everything in the world in it,
Right.
probably doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah, because you got all the sweetness and everything else.
Yeah.
Craig, what do you think of this?
Excellent. Very,
Ec-
very good.
Excellent, smooth, nice. Yeah?
Yes.
It's a little
Okay.
tingly
Jen?
on my tongue. It was a little tingly.
Tingly?
Yeah, it was cool. But yeah, very
Wow, I got to try that again.
Yeah, no.
Oh, here's my wife calling again. She does this once in a show. Oh, he says, here's what she says. Carrie's in the shower. Lucky for you.
Oh, my God.
So, Brian, okay. See, it's right there. Carrie's in the shower. So we got to watch what we're saying here, guys. Hello, Carolyn.
Love you, honey.
Love you lots. I'm liking this one a lot. I'm getting a nice flavor to it. It's again, I'm getting a little smoky now once it's in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and because I know that the tequila plants, it's all wood burning. You know, the where they get the pulp there.
Yep.
They heat it under wood burning stoves or over
Yes.
wood burning stoves and stuff. Dave, what are you thinking about this?
No harshness. Did not get the burning sensation in the back of the mouth. I sipped it first, and there was almost an anisette licorice
Oh, okay.
undertone, if you will.
All right.
Which I did not get when
What's the
I
other one?
slugged it back.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I got to try that.
When
Don't
I
do
slugged it
that.
back, it was, okay, that's a tequila. But it was, like Brian said, very clean.
Very clean and crisp.
Very, yes.
Okay, so what are we talking about price? Brian, what are you thinking here?
48.
48?
Yeah.
This is the price music.
Okay. We knew we had to have some music in here. At least it's not stripper music.
This is supposedly the Price is Right remix.
Craig, what are we looking at here?
Let's say like 39.40.
39.40. Jen?
Well, the other one was supposed to be 65. I would say
It's a little scary.
70 on this one.
70.
Uh-oh.
Dave?
5-0.
5-0. I'm currently not repping this product, so I would say it's probably 48. This is $48 to $50 a bottle, I would imagine, on the shelf. Do you have this on your shelf?
I do not.
You do not?
But I will.
But you will.
So
Brian Whitney, you have a new customer. Go to see Craig at
Come on
Southside
down.
Wines. I kind of like it. I really kind of like it.
It doesn't have the burn that the last one did.
It's
And
amazing.
it tastes
the
better.
harshness.
The other one, in particularly comparing the two,
Yeah.
this tastes good
All right.
than the other one.
I've got the big question of the day, though. Okay.
like
Would this tequila have helped the 2,100 runners in the Boston Marathon who needed medical help? I mean,
What?
why would you run the Boston Marathon if you're not going to make it? 2,100 people needed medical assistance.
Well, it was really hot that day. They kept telling people not to run.
So why would you run?
To see if you can do it.
Because you've trained 6
But
months to do it.
Right.
But most of the time you run in heat anyway. I run almost every day.
Well, that's because you're a toothpick.
Yeah, but I run almost every day, and you run in the heat. You never know what it's going to be like when you wake up every day. You run in the middle of the summer.
You're not running 26.6 miles or 3 miles.
If you're going to train for a marathon, you've already done it.
Right. But
or you've extended your runs out to that point where you can think you can do it.
Okay, so the costs for the hospitals, the ambulances, the medical, is it worth it?
Well, if you're going to
Free
break it
country.
down to that, then nothing's worth it.
I mean, did you see the picture in the
I'll
Hartford
let you
Current
know.
today?
Wow,
I'll
that's
let you know in
existential.
October when I do it.
Yeah. Okay. Did you see the picture in the Hartford Current today where they had a 60-year-old guy
No.
being helped into a wheelchair? His face was in agony.
Wow.
And they were trying to help him in a wheelchair, but he was so dehydrated that he was frozen.
Wow.
And they had to bend him into this wheelchair.
I can tell you, to answer your question, this would not have
This
helped
would
them.
not help him. Okay, this would dehydrate him.
It would have really made them feel a lot better.
Okay,
Right.
would have made him
About
feel a
feeling
lot better.
horrible.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? There's a point there. This would have helped them if they had a lot of it before the race started.
And they wouldn't have started the
They
race.
wouldn't have run.
Right.
Yeah, and the worst that could have happened is a little hangover.
Well, a friend of mine goes
They
to...
actually had the option too. If you had a bib for this year,
Yep.
at the beginning of
They
the
were
day,
gonna
they
let you,
said
yeah.
they were going to let you
Yeah.
extend your bib till next year.
For next year.
So you had the option.
So then the people were idiots to run the race.
If you didn't think it, you
I hate
could
to
do
say
it,
that, yeah.
A lot of them
If you didn't
traveled
think
far.
you could do it,
Like they interviewed a guy from Ireland who had flown in to do this, and he got that option. He's like, I'm not.
I'm not going to be
People
I'm
who
not
are
coming back,
marathoners
yeah.
are obsessive.
They're
about
obsessive.
stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
I
then you
personally
walk
think that running is bad for you, but
You walk it. You don't run and almost die out there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
they're a special breed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's a
winner
little
finished
long-running
in
people.
2:12 or something like that.
Yeah,
That was a slow time.
And
that's
that was a slow
insanity.
time. Yeah.
But 2,100 people, doing that. I think that's just outrageous. I really do. All
There
right.
ought to be a law.
All right, let's hit the next tequila because,
Okay,
big shout out to Brian Whitney. Let's give a thumbs up or thumbs down, everybody.
Two thumbs up.
Two
Well done,
thumbs up.
Brian.
up.
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 Yeah.
But we
Absolutely.
don't know what the price was.
I'm anticipating it's
So-
48 on the shelf, $50 on the shelf.
Yeah.
All right. Oh.
So, now you better be
look
very
at
careful
that.
with the stuff coming up now.
Look at that. This is a downright cask.
So is this anejo?
I don't know. What does it say on the bottle?
It just says tequila ultra aged.
Tequila
we're,
ultra
we're
aged.
about to try
100%.
something that is
So
not
this-
available in the state of Connecticut.
So this is
Is this illegal?
Well, no. it
Is
would
there,
be
let me zoom through the blue laws.
this is aged in oak
Um,
3+ years.
No man shall take a sip given to him by Didden. Uh-oh, we're in trouble.
Now, because I've heard all along that tequilas are becoming the new brandies and the new fine scotches and such. And I've had this bottle for now a little over a year. And I found it in one store in Massachusetts. And it blew my mind. I've never had a tequila. I had it.
At the store?
At the store.
Really?
The gentleman, he actually bought a bunch of my wines when I was in Massachusetts. So he said, would you like to try something fun and interesting? There's only,
You can't say no to that.
No, there's only 2 cases in the U.S. at the moment. So I said, sure. Wow. So this is the Grand Mayan. It's aged 3.5 years. What do we know about this?
It is very, very dark.
Yes, it is.
This is the darkest of them so far.
It's called Very Special Tequila. It's 100% agave, ultra aged. So it's got a beautiful bottle.
Gorgeous.
I think I've got to bring that home to my wife.
Yeah.
That's that needs a candle when it's done.
Pretty much.
We're not in the 60s, Brian.
It's not Chianti.
We're not in the 60s.
Put it under your tapestry.
You could make it into a lamp.
We can make it into a lamp. Yeah, something to that effect. A nice little lampshade. Brian's hat, the Murphy hat on top of it.
A magic lamp.
If the neck was a little longer, that would be the genie bottle.
Oh, can you rub the genie bottle?
Yeah.
Would she come out?
Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
Uh-oh, Carolyn just wrote into me. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. She said, I'm checking my freezer. That was mine. Sorry, babe. I snuck it out. I apologize. My wife's a hoot. But she's a scotch drinker, so when we're having scotch, we'll bring her in. So what are we thinking about this? Let's take a nice little whiff. And
The color is amazing.
The color is amazing.
This is a traditional tequila smell.
I get like cocoa.
You get cocoa.
Yeah, I get cocoa. I get sweetness. I want to say cinnamon, but there's something else there. I get stuff. And especially when you hold up the bottle and smell from the bottle as opposed to the glass, it smells completely different.
Wow.
Wow, you do. You want to give that a whiff?
Oh my God,
Try
yes.
this. This is good stuff here.
This is why we're a PG show.
It is like cocoa.
Yeah, do not nail.
Like a dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark chocolate. Cool. Brian, would you like to smell that?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good.
Maybe that's from the. Isn't that amazing?
Isn't that different?
Holy crow.
Crow.
Whoa,
Yeah, we heard
whoa.
that.
Settle down.
Is Batman? Is that like holy cow Batman?
Gee willikers, Chris. That's something.
The
Wow.
bottle's about to break.
Okay, let's not break.
Jeez, Mr. Potter.
We're having fun tonight. By the way, we've got Craig Wietzke here. We've got Jen. We've got Brian. We've got Brian. We've got Dave here. Today was a crazy, tantalizing Tuesday tequila night.
I'm wondering if it has something to do with the actual makeup of the bottle.
Of the ceramic?
I was wondering if it was ceramic. Yeah.
No, this is definitely a ceramic bottle. So let's give it a shot. Let's try it. I'm covering it back up, Brian, so you don't have to smell it over there.
That is a cool bottle.
Wow.
Props to them.
I got a wow over here.
Wow.
This is actually delicious.
Delicious.
Delicious is a word I would
Yeah,
use. And I don't.
completely agree.
So this is
I
what
tell
would we
you,
compare it to for
a
another? I mean, is it a
delicious
tequila? Is it?
Is it
It's
like a
almost
dessert
like a
tequila?
scotch in a way.
Yeah.
It has
Did you say
that.
scotch?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
This is stogie smoking, is what this is.
This is a good cigar smoking.
This is stogie smoking.
Really, that's
Absolutely.
interesting because I always thought of tequila as sort of the, it's sunshine out, and stogies and unless you're golfing, I don't really, I imagine a stogie as the sun has gone down.
That's
Kind
what
of a
this is
thing.
like. This is
sort of
Well,
sip-
when we do
sipping
port
tequila.
night, maybe we'll do some stogies in here, but we'll figure that one out.
So, but tequila is like the drink of the sun, right? Like it's weird that you would say that it's.
Well, but I don't think I'd mix this with anything.
No,
this
no.
is definitely a
No, no,
sipping
no.
tequila.
Mixed with a
Okay.
glass. That's it.
Okay, no
Done.
tequila sunrises with this
No.
puppy.
No.
No.
Okay. Okay, let's guess price. Here's the fun part about this one.
Wait, I'm ready. Don't worry.
There we go. We got the Prices Right music. Brian, what do we have?
$1.25.
Buck and a
Whoa,
quarter.
$125.
Should I excuse myself? Because I know.
Yeah, you should excuse yourself.
Well,
Yeah.
you
really?
can
Okay.
you can give the answer at the end because we know
I'll
Chris
give the-
doesn't know.
I'll give the answer at the end.
Jen, what do we have?
Let's say 150.
150.
Whoa.
Dave, what do we have?
You sell that?
250.
250.
250. I have a guess.
Okay, what's the guess?
I have a guess. I think it's free from Chris's wife's freezer.
Absolutely.
Correct,
tonight,
Johnny.
tonight it is. Craig, what is it?
300.
$300.
A little over $300 for this
Wow.
tequila.
It's not nearly worth it. So that was like $200 y'all just tried.
Everybody thank Carolyn.
Thank you,
Thank
Carolyn.
That was delicious, Carolyn.
Oh,
Wow.
my. You know, because
Oh my God, that is
it's just amazing tequila.
And so this is not available, and you'll have to go to what, Massachusetts? Can you get it?
There's actually only one store in Massachusetts that carries it, and it's in Chestnut Hill.
Oh, really?
Yep. And
What were you doing there?
selling a wine.
Oh, that's right.
But it's an amazing bottle of wine. It's called Grand Maya. It's tequila ultra aged. It's just an amazing bottle of tequila as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned.
that's
I am
exceptional.
shocked.
If your wife's a
at that.
Scotch drinker, I can see why she likes that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
because
What
this
is
is
the what does
Yes.
the Johnny Blue go for these days? Two something?
250,
Wow.
240.
Yes.
Yeah,
Two
somewhere in
and a
that
quarter.
range.
Two and a quarter.
quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. This
Yeah.
is more expensive than Johnny Blue.
But I got to tell you, it's a lot better than Johnny Blue too. Honey, you can't keep buzzing in. Let's see what you said. Nice try on the free. I will exact payment eventually. Thanks, babe. All right, we're gonna try our dessert tequila. Can we run over, Brian, today?
Is this the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can run over a little bit since Carolyn did, give us some
Wow,
stuff here.
Now we're talking syrup.
All right. Did anybody hear while he's pouring that about the swan killing?
What?
Swan
killing.
killing.
No,
No.
it's the swan killing.
Okay. This guy who takes care of a pond and clears the pond from the leaves and stuff like that was out in the pond in his kayak, and he got too
Where
close.
was this?
I think Wisconsin or something, or I'm not exactly sure where it was, but he got too close to a swan and her babies, and the swan went crazy on him and drowned him.
Wow.
How does a swan drown a man?
Well, have you ever
They're
seen the
big and
size of
mean.
a swan?
They are mean.
Have you ever
size
seen
of
the
a
size
kayak.
of a man? I mean,
Well, I mean, if he
seriously.
fell out of the kayak and the
Oh.
swan's sitting and flapping their wings, I
Yeah.
can't flap my wings; my shoulder's killing me. But
Have more tequila.
but the swan apparently drowned this guy.
Wow.
But the swan apparently
can't,
drowned him.
I can't imagine that. I mean, was he just a? I mean,
No, he
you
was
ca-
the caretaker of the pond, and he was drowned because he got too close to a swan and their babies.
He must have been drinking or something. I mean, that doesn't make any sense
No.
to me.
No,
Was it
okay, Brian. Okay, next week we're gonna have a test. We're gonna put Brian in the reservoir, West Hartford Reservoir. We're gonna stick him in a kayak. We're gonna find some swans out there,
With
maybe some
babies.
geese.
Yo, bring it, long neck.
You know.
You know what? There's some swans at the mouth of the Connecticut River.
All right, mouth of Connecticut River. We'll take you down there. We'll
All
do
right.
a live remote,
Sounds great.
and we'll see what happens. Can you
awesome.
swim?
Yeah, I'm at the Coast
We'll
Guard.
find
for
out.
crying out loud.
Okay, just making sure. Brian is playing with his little toy up there.
Is it metal?
Okay, our next one here. This is brand new from Patron. I didn't bring up a regular Patron tequila, but this is the brand new XO Cafe Dark Cocoa. Now, remember the other day that I was talking about my Mexican Revolution drink?
Yes, of course.
This is what I was using in my Guinness. If you instead of a Russian Irish car bomb,
Oh yeah.
what you do is you take your Guinness and you take a shot of this, just this. You put it in, and you have a Mexican Revolution because, again, we hit all three sides of the Mexican Revolution. We hit the French with the cocoa, we hit the Mexicans with the tequila, and we have the Irish with Guinness because there are more Irish died in that war than any other war.
And so this is interesting. So, but because of that story, I would say that this is not going to be more expensive than the Grand Mayan
Wow.
one.
Sweet.
This
Well,
has
no,
got to be less.
it's a Patron. So,
It's a Patron. What does that mean, Tony Soprano? What am I supposed to get from that?
ooh,
Doesn't
Wow.
Patron
This is-
make expensive
This is
stuff?
and this is
What-
a liqueur.
Like
this is a
Sambuca.
liqueur. Well,
Yeah.
this is a tequila liqueur.
But it's
Correct.
Here, I'll read I have a neck tack.
Oh dear.
Here we go.
Now I got my wife texting me. Well, look what you've done.
Handcrafted. Combines high quality Patron silver tequila with extraordinary essence of
Extraordinary.
extraordinary, thank you very much, of Crayola chocolate produced in Tabasco, Mexico, to create a unique and enjoyable ultra-premium liquor. Not a liqueur, but a liqueur. So, it's great for dessert, it says here.
Yeah.
You know, would you use that maybe like over a little like vanilla bean ice cream, you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yes.
Well, you know what else they have is they have Tabasco, like vanilla ice cream that's made with Tabasco. That would be interesting.
Where are you going to these places?
Black Eyed Sally's.
Black Eyed Sally's has vanilla ice cream with Tabasco?
All right.
I can pour some on if you want.
Pour some Tabasco on
Okay,
me.
so we have another event happening next Tuesday because unfortunately I won't be here next Tuesday. I'm going to be down in Virginia, but
I think we all should just take next week off.
oh, and have a blank show. Just nothing, dead air.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is really what it is for all but 5 hours of the week.
All right, what are we thinking about this, guys?
Delicious.
Delicious.
Very
I love dark chocolate anyway. So
We're getting a lot of dark chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah. Now Dave is sitting here. You know, he's pondering, and when Dave ponders, we want a short answer, Dave, not a long one.
No, let's not. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't even include him.
How much over do you want? It's good.
Well done. He said it's good. That is great.
That's it. We're out.
Cue the bad music.
Now, I'm Chris Didden, and I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. We've got Brian behind the board over there.
Here I
Actually, we can't even see Brian because he's got so many machines in front
That's
of him.
not true. You can see me
He's
better
got-
than you ever have before.
He's got more gadgets than, you know, his
Come
iPod
on.
sticks to metal now. He's got a floating thing that holds his iPad.
the hover
He's got
bar.
an Apple machine there, and just amazing. And then we have Brian Lee, bartender extraordinaire over Black Eyed Sally's, also the music guru of the nation. All right, especially the blues, because he turned me on to a gentleman, was it Wayne Harris?
Warren Haynes.
Warren
Warren
Haynes,
Haynes.
sorry. Amazing blues guy. Southern blues, really,
He's,
really nice.
Allman Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's one of the two guitar players in the Allman
Oh, I
Brothers.
didn't know that. Okay,
The
because
Dead, Bill Lesh.
Dickie Betts.
yeah.
Well, no, these are all the guys he works with now.
He works with everybody. Cool.
Yeah,
He's
that's
amazing.
That's his own solo project.
He was amazing. We've got Craig Wietzke here from Southside Package Store
Thank
over
you.
in Water Street
Thanks for having
in
me.
South Glastonbury. If you ever want to buy booze, go down there. If you're ever in the neighborhood, if you're going to the Glastonbury Ferry, it's on the way to the ferry. You know, you go right past, go to the ferry. It's always good to grab something and have a nice picnic. There's a picnic area right next to the ferry as well.
Picnic.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can, you know, grab a bottle of wine from Craig, you know, hang out there, enjoy
Absolutely.
it. And,
Come on down.
You know, he's a great guy, and he won't steer you wrong on the wines that you're doing.
Thank you.
Now, our political analyst who drank more tequila than anybody here, she said that she wasn't going to do it, and she did it. You know.
Yeah.
Now, what time do you have to get up in the morning?
6:30.
Oh my gosh, 6:30. Wow. But thank you so much for coming on,
Thank you
and
for having me.
feel free to
Great.
come back again sometime.
Well, she's a regular here.
Oh, I'm not the regular. Is that the thing?
Yeah, you're. Remember, Chris,
You know,
you're
I never
new.
know this.
Chris, you're new. She's here every week.
Almost every week.
Well, if you'd like
Almost
to join
every week.
my show occasionally,
Yeah,
we
I
seem
love
to have
wine.
fun. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I think bourbon is our next one, or either bourbon or port. I'm not sure which yet. And then we've got my ex-producer over here, Dave, who
He's going to be your new producer.
Oh, you're gonna be my new producer.
He's going to be producing it.
you know, the one thing that everybody tells us is that my voice is never
very
high
good,
enough.
Very good.
They keep yelling at me. So, but thank you very much for attending, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you,
Drink
Chris.
good wine out there and have fun. Thanks again.
Thank you.